Welcome back, Guitar Gear One. First of all, if you're new to the page, hey, I usually like to send everybody a little email just thanking you for subscribing. I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to do that in the last few weeks. Just settled into my new house, I'm opening a restaurant, getting married in 3 months, and shit's been crazy. But anyway, if you're new to the page, I'm really glad that you're here. And if you're just cruising by, if you'd subscribe, that'd be fantastic. The more subscribers I get, the more I can kind of justify getting more cool gear on the page. So today we're specifically talking about the Seymour Duncan Phase 2 Blackout. And I had a couple comments from some people that sort of had some confusion, as well as I did myself. But here's the deal, guys. The Phase 2 specifically is the replacement for the 707. The Phase 1 is standard sized 7-string humbucker. Okay, so and again, the deal with the 707 was EMG decided to build that specific pickup into a base case, housing for whatever reason. And the Phase 2 from Seymour Duncan is the direct replacement for that. So if you got Phase 1s, they're not going to be big enough. And if you watched my series on getting these pickups in the guitar, these aren't exactly a perfect fit. And it blows my mind, and I'm not trying to say there's any science behind it. For whatever reason, you guys saw it, they don't fit. And there's no way you're going to tell me that plastic warps or expands with humidity or whatever. So, and even if my guitar was warping or whatever from any kind of humidity in the air, then why did the 707s fit snug as a bug every time? So, if you're having some trouble, like in the video I got, I think it was 220 grit sandpaper. It was the finest sandpaper that Lowe's had. Just take your time, smooth out all edges around the inside of the pickup cavity. Don't rush it and get aggressive and nick the body of the guitar on the top. Because if you nick your top, I mean, you're stuck with it for the rest of your life. You're always going to have scratches in your clear coat or whatever. And again, I can't tell at all that I had to do any kind of modification to the guitar. It looks just fine. So we got the pickups in, and again, last advice, I'm going to say it 100 more times probably before I die. If you already had 707s and you're swapping them out for the Seymour Duncans, don't do what I did. Don't remove the potentiometers, don't take out the jack, don't replace everything. Just take, unbolt the pickups from the body of the guitar. There's no bezels, there's no nothing, there's no springs. Just take them right on out. There's a boot on the back, just disconnect it, reconnect your Seymour Duncans, screw them into the body of the guitar, put your strings back on, done. That's the way to go. If your guitar doesn't have a size adequate for the 707 replacement, just get the Phase 1 blackouts, because those will accommodate any standard size humbucker. That's the whole point. So that's how you're going to end up getting these in your guitar. Now, I love these. I love them. I'm so happy I did this. I thought maybe 7-string I started to think maybe 7-string is a stupid thing, because I have a lot of friends that tune down to A on their 6 strings, and I started thinking maybe it is a little excessive, but once I found some pickups that I'm really, really, really happy with, perspective is right back to where it should be. I do love 7-string, I love blackouts, but one thing I want to say quick, and this is unrelated, and then I'll try to get back to the Seymour Duncan video. There's a lot of guys that are really, really, really stoked about Agile. Really stoked. It's kind of like a little cult thing, which is cool, I guess, but here's what I want to tell you guys. At the end of the day, they are a less expensive made guitar. And one thing that happens with that is you don't end up with fretwork that you may on a more expensive guitar. And the reality of it is you're going to pay through the nose for it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, just so you guys understand this, I've been stuck playing 6 strings the last few weeks because my guitar was in pieces here and I was moving and I just didn't have the time to finish all this. And I noticed that my sweeping and tapping has been really, really, really good on 6 strings. Right? I thought just because it's a little bit smaller, it's easier, whatever. But that's not it at all. The frets on the Agile, and I noticed it when I first got it, are so small. I mean, the gauge of the fret wire that they use is just flat. I mean, there's not a lot of room for getting anything done in the higher registers. And I don't know. I mean, it's a great guitar for the money. Absolutely. I still agree with flame maple top, mahogany back, premium parts, all that kind of stuff. But as far as the actual playability of it goes, you're kind of sacrificing. So, you might want to consider a used premium guitar instead of a brand new Agile. Just putting that out there. So, also, as far as these inlays go, just go on eBay and just pull up fretboard inlays under guitar parts. You'll find them. I don't want to say the specific company, but they're from Singapore. So, yeah, good luck with all that stuff. So far, so good. I've been bending my strings quite a bit. The inlays are staying on. So yeah, but anyway, I'm sorry if you're just watching this for the Seymour Duncan review, but yeah, they're awesome. They really are. They truly do have that passive pickup feel, that like organic kind of a feel, but with the added gain of active electronics. It's a very, very cool mix. So I've been screwing around with the settings of my Powerball, and one other thing I just want to mention quick for the Guitar Gear 1 guys is I have a lot of people, I get a couple a week at least, that ask me about my settings in my Powerball. The EQ on a Powerball is so interactive that every guitar that you have will truly need to, you'll need to reconfigure the EQ settings on the amp to find the sound you love. I still haven't quite gotten there. I've only actually been playing this for about 20 minutes today, and this is the second time I've sat down these pickups ever, so haven't had much flight time with them, but just spend some time tweaking and tweaking and tweaking, because the Powerball is incredibly sensitive and can kind of almost be intimidating. When I first got it, I thought I might have made a mistake. I'm about $3,800 into my rig right now between the head, cab, and the foot switch. So yeah, ouch. I got it like when it first came out. So really put in some time and figure out exactly where you want it to be, because that's the only right answer. I don't want to tell you how my guitars sound and then you set your EQ to that and it sounds terrible. So anyway, all that aside, we're going to start off on the neck pickup, clean channel Powerball, and just kind of do some noodly stuff. I don't really have anything in mind here, so... And again, it actually sounds pretty organic. I mean, you got that kind of like Fendery. Kind of a thing. So that's the neck pickup, clean. And I think it sounds pretty darn good. So let's do some similar stuff distorted on the bridge pickup.